Hi everyone, I'm JT Pilot and today I'll be making another video. Today will be the 2-year anniversary airport day of my Jacksonville Fictional Airport. This is the 21st update and this is for August of 2022. Yes, today will be a massive airport update just because it's a 2-year anniversary. I figured let's add some extra aircraft and some of my favorite model aircraft. And yes, there will be 60 models in this airport day, which is crazy insane. Yes, we'll be having 9 new models this update. We'll be having lots and lots of exciting models, exciting routes, and exciting aircraft. So yes, I'd like to welcome you all to this video and welcome you all to this premiere. So yes, so today's airport day we'll be going over all the aircraft taxi. We'll moving on to the terminals. We'll start with Terminal 1, Terminal 2, and Terminal 3. So yes, it's crazy how far along Jacksonville's come since the first airport day. I remember starting on a foam mat. We made it all the way to this beautiful layover layout setup with the custom mat and the custom terminal. So yes, if you want to see my previous Jacksonville Fictional Airport dates, I do have a playlist for them, which I'll leave a link for that in the description below. You can go check out the playlist. You can see how Jacksonville developed over time. And yes, the first couple of Jacksonville updates were slightly different because those were on different mats. We had the foam map for the first update, then we had the Gemini map for free updates, so then we moved on to this layover layouts mat around December 2020. So yes, the first airport date of this airport ever was in August 22nd of 2020. And yes, I still remember that day like yesterday. It's crazy it's already been 2 years, but today is a 2-year anniversary update nonetheless. So, yes, so anyways, we start with the first aircraft in today's update. So, yeah, nonetheless, we start on the first aircraft. So, start on the first aircraft here in Air France Airbus A350-900. It's been a little while since we have featured this Gemini Jets model. This is a surprisingly good Gemini Jets model. And yeah, so this aircraft has just arrived in from Paris Charles de Gaulle International Airport and we'll be making a return flight out there. Alrighty, so moving on. So, starting with the first brand new model in this airport day, which is the Aeroflyer Boeing 747-600. And this is such a flat out amazing engine model. Definitely one of my favorite NG 747s. And yes, this is my first 747-600 in my collection. So what a flat amazing model. So this Aeroflyer 747-600 is arriving from Calgary. You'll be making a return flight out there. And you will be doing a charter flight for WestJet because WestJet needs some aircraft. So Aeroflyer will be doing some charter flights for them today. So that's a great sight to see. And yeah, this is a fictional airport, by the way, so I don't believe Aeroflyer has flown to the United States yet, but, you know, it's fictional land, so we might as well just use that aircraft. I just love that model anyways. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. This aircraft is first for takeoff. Here we Delta Boeing 747-800. So this aircraft is just arriving from Salt Lake City and making a return flight out there. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. This is a highly beautiful engine model United Airlines with 747-900ER in the beautiful Continental Airlines retro livery. This aircraft is just arriving from Denver and making a return out there. Man, I love that model. That's such a great engine model. We haven't used that model in a long time, so there you go. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. This is our second new model in this video. Here we Southwest Boeing 747-800. That beautiful engine model is 4th release, and man, this is such a fun, amazing model. Besides the landing gear on it, this is a great engine model. I'm so glad I got 3 of these 4th release Southwest 747-800s with these split skimmer wings. What a flat out amazing model. I've been needing some more 800s, especially for Jacksonville, because there's a lot of Southwest 800 routes to Jacksonville and Max 8 routes. So, yeah, so this Southwest 747-800, we'll say this aircraft is just arriving from Dallas Love Field and we'll be making a return flight out to Chicago Midway. We'll say you'll be continuing on to Chicago Midway. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. Here, the SES Airbus A350-900, that flat out amazing aviation 400 model. It's been a long time since they featured this aircraft, and yeah. So this aircraft is just arriving from Copenhagen and making a return flight out there. Alrighty, moving on to the next aircraft. Here we Delta Airbus A320-300. And yeah, so he's round number 3 for takeoff. So here at Delta Airlines, there's A320-100, sorry. And yeah, so this aircraft is just riding from New York LaGuardia, making a return flight out there. Alright, we'll get this aircraft over here. Moving on to the next aircraft, here at Cayman Airways, Boeing 747-MAX 8. That beautiful Gemini Jets model, definitely one of my favorite Gemini Jets models. This aircraft is just riding from Grand Cayman, making a return flight out there. Alright, moving on to some more taxiing aircraft now. So, here we United Airlines Airbus A319-100. This aircraft just arrived in from Washington Dulles and making a return flight out there. Yes, I'm glad I fixed that model. And this looks so much better being fixed, and glad we can use this model more. Hopefully, Engine will release the United A319 soon. I'd definitely buy it. Or United A320. A320 would be better release from NG, but yeah, that's a Gemini Jets February 2020 release. Moving on to the next model here is Spirit Airlines, which is A320neo. This aircraft has just arrived in from New Orleans and making a flight out to Atlantic City. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. Here's the beautiful engine model Southwest Boeing 747-800 any capability. I just had to include this model. One of my OG models. I have had this model for around 2.5 years, so crazy to say. Yeah, so this Southwest 747-800 has just arrived in from this Southwest 747-800 has just arrived in from Fort Myers and we continue up to Atlanta. So yeah, I had to find that route on my route sheet. Sorry about that. All right, this is our third new model this day. Here we Iceland Airport 747-MAX 8. So yes, I forgot to mention this airport. They will have tons of new airlines. Yes, this is just a jam-packed update overall. This is one you do not want to miss out on. So just keep on watching. So yeah, so this is my new Gemini Iceland Airport 747-MAX 8. This model is literally brand new in my collection. I literally just received this model yesterday. Yes, this model won't be getting a review just because I really don't have time to make a review. This video is already on a time crunch just because I have some stuff to do today. So yes, and this video has to come out Monday. So there's really no point in my schedule where I can do a review for this model, unfortunately. But this is a great Gemini model, and I'm really impressed with Gemini on this model. There's some slight issues with this model, but overall, this is one of the best Geminis I've received in a while. So yeah, I like their maximal. It's not the best maximal that they could possibly be in 140 because I know when NG releases a maximal, it'll be 10 times better. But this Gemini model's still not too bad at all. So. And yes, I'm just grateful to finally have Iceland Air in my collection. It's been a long time coming. I've always wanted an Iceland Air model. We finally got it in the Max 8. And they'll be flying these and Iceland Air does fly these Max 8s to all sorts of destinations in America. So I just had to purchase this model. So yeah, hopefully in the future I'll be able to find the older NG model 757 release from Iceland Air. I would definitely buy it. And the regular livery and the Heckler or livery does look like beautiful Jacksonville. But for now we got this Max 8 from Gemini, and it's not a bad model at all. So yeah, so this Iceland Air Max 8 has just arrived from KLUV in Iceland and be making a return flight out there. So, yeah. Alrighty, so moving on to our next aircraft, which is the United Airlines Boeing 747-800 and the Rise of Skywalker. I just had to include a Star Wars livery. Yes, this is a retired livery, but as I said in the previous video, I do want to include this model just because it's a flat-out beautiful model. And yeah, so this United 747-800 in the highly beautiful Rise of Skywalker livery, or the Star Wars livery, has just arrived from Houston Intercontinental and be making a return flight out there. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. Here the Viva Airbus A320-200. I'm just so grateful to have a Viva model. Hopefully Intel's release some soon. So this aircraft just arrived from Monterrey in Mexico and making a return flight out to Cancun. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft here. The NG models JetBlue Airlines was A320-200. Another one of my OG models. This was in the first Jacksonville update, so pretty crazy to say. Yes, this aircraft is just riding from New York John F. Kennedy and making a return fly out there. Alright, moving on to our fourth new model, which is the highly beautiful engine models Play Airlines Airbus A321neo. Man, this is another fly amazing. I love to play A320 and A320neo. Engine models just killed those models. They really did such a great job on them. This delivery is perfect on them. The mold's perfect. Everything's perfect. And yes, I'm so glad I got to play A320neo as well, so we can switch this out of Jacksonville. Today, there'll be both featured because I want to feature both my new models, but in future updates, I'll switch between the two. So, yeah, so this Play A320 will be also heading out to KLUV, just like the Iceland Air Max. So, pretty exciting news indeed. Alright, speaking of our European route, here we North Atlantic Boeing 787-9. This aircraft has just arrived from Oslo in Norway and making a turf out there, and he is exiting runway 34. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. Here we Southwest Boeing 747-7 in the beautiful Maryland 1 my favorite model in my collection. So this aircraft is just arriving from Columbus and be continuing on to Indianapolis. So pretty cool Southwest flights there. There's a lot of Southwest routes in this update. So yeah. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. Here United Boeing 777-200 and the Star Alliance livery. This aircraft is just arriving from Honolulu and making a turn flight out there. Any September update, this route will be unfortunately ending. So this does a summer seasonal flight. So yes, so pretty unfortunate, but yeah, we still have Hawaiian on that route. So that's pretty exciting. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. Here, the beautiful Delta Airlines, which is A340-300. This aircraft is just arriving from Amsterdam Schiphol and making a return flight out there. Moving on to the next aircraft, here we have Hawaiian Boeing 787-9. This aircraft is just arriving from Honolulu and making a return flight out there. Alright, moving on over here now. Here we have Emirates Boeing 777-200LR. This aircraft is just arriving from Dubai International Airport and making a return flight out there. So, yeah, pretty exciting. There's lots of models in this airport. That's why it's a little sped up compared to other updates. I know maybe you were complaining about my videos being a little too slow, so I'm going to speed it up a little bit for you guys. And yeah, so we'll do all the talking at the end of this video. So moving on to the next model, here we have Legion Airbus A319-100. This aircraft is just arrived from Bloomington, and he'll be making a return flight out to Fort Wayne, so some more rain on the Legion route. So, yes, I heard some speculation that Legion may be adding some new routes soon, so we'll just have to see about that. And yeah. Alright, moving on to another model. This is our second Southwest Boeing 747 Harley Swiss Skimmers, the fourth NG model's release, and another flat-out amazing model. So we'll say this aircraft just arrived from Nashville, and you'll be making a return flight out to Austin and Texas. So pretty exciting Southwest flight there. And moving on to our final taxiing aircraft on the active taxiways, here is Silver Airways ATR-42. This aircraft is just riding from Pensacola and be making a return flight out to Key West. So that's all the aircraft that are taxiing on the active taxiways. Let's move on to Terminal 1. Alright, so starting with the Terminal 1 section at Jacksonville Fictional Airport. So we'll be starting with the United Airlines section. Not much has really changed here, but we do have one exciting returning model to this airport date. So yeah, so this United Express number ERJ-175 is just riding from Cleveland and making a return flight out there. And that is a pretty normal flight there, but we haven't featured that flight in the route, so there you go. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft, United Airlines Boeing 747 MAX 8. This aircraft is just arriving from Newark and making a return flight out there. Moving on to the next aircraft, the beautiful United Airlines Boeing 747 ER in the eVTOL, one of my favorite NG models. Man, they did a great job on this. This aircraft is just arriving from Los Angeles and making a return flight out there. Alright, moving on to our next model here, United Boeing 757-200 in the beautiful Her Art Here New York livery. Man, what a flat-out amazing engine model. Definitely one of my favorite models in my collection. Definitely one of my favorite OG models. So this model I got right in July 2020, right before the first Jacksonville Fictional Airport date. So pretty exciting. So yeah, I remember ordering this model. way back in April 2020. It's one of my first pre-orders. So yes, this model has a special sentiment to me. So this United 757 has just arrived from Chicago Air, making a return flight. Alright, moving on to the next model here for the Lufthansa Airbus A330-300. This aircraft is just arriving from Frankfurt and making a return flight out there. Alright, moving on to the next model here, the beautiful engine models British Airways Boeing 777-200ER. This aircraft will be doing a flight out to London Gatwick, and this aircraft is just riding from London Gatwick. And yeah, so once again, the A350 serves the Heathrow route, and the 777-200 serves the Gatwick route. So pretty exciting how we have both London flights out of Jacksonville. So lots of demand on those routes, so that's why we have 2 London flights. So that's it for all the aircraft in this section of Terminal 1. Let's move on to the American Airlines / Alaska Airlines section. Alright, moving on to the next model here, but American Airlines Boeing 747 MAX 8. This aircraft is just arriving from Miami, and we'll be making a return flight out there. Alright, moving on to the next model here, the highly beautiful engine models Alaska Airlines Boeing 747-900ER. This aircraft is just riding from Seattle, Tacoma, and making a return flight out there. Alright, departing the American gates, not here, but American Airlines with A319-100. And yeah, so this aircraft just arrived in from Chicago O'Hare and be making a return flight out there in a little bit. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft, here, the American Airlines Boeing 747 with the new winglet logo. And another flat-out amazing engine model, definitely one of my favorite NG models. This aircraft is just riding from Dallas Fort Worth and making a return flight out there. And moving on to the final American aircraft here, American Airlines CRJ-900. This aircraft is just riding from Washington National and be making a return flight out there, operated by PSA Airlines. So that's it for all the aircraft in the Terminal 1 section of my Jacksonville Fictional Airport. Let's move on to Terminal 2, where there's some more exciting aircraft. Alright, so moving on to Terminal 2 of my Jacksonville Fictional Airport, and we'll start with the Southwest Airlines section. So starting with the next aircraft, which is my 5th new model airport day, which is the Southwest Boeing 747-800 with the split skimmer wing that's in the Harley. That's that 4th NG model's release. So yeah, another flat-out amazing NG model. So this aircraft just arrived in from Houston Hobby, making a return flight out to San Juan. So he'd be heading on down to San Juan. That would be a continuation flight there. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. Here he's Southwest Boeing 747-700 in the Florida 1 livery. He is about to push back for a flight out to Providence, Rhode Island. And this aircraft will say, this aircraft is just riding from Kansas City. So this aircraft will be heading out to Providence in Rhode Island. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. Here is Southwest Boeing 747-700 Harley with split skimmer wings. That beautiful Pan Models release, the 2nd RM release, number 7855 Alpha. And yes, this aircraft just arrived in from San Jose in California, making a return flight out to Ontario in California. Alright, moving on to the next Southwest model here, the Southwest Boeing 747 MAX 8, that 2nd Gemini release. And yes, this aircraft is just riding from San Diego in California and be making a return flight out to Phoenix Sky Harbor. Alright, so moving on to the 6th new model this airport day. Here we Southwest Boeing 747 with the gray winglets. This aircraft is just riding from Baltimore and be making a return flight out to Denver. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. Here we Southwest Boeing 747 in the Harley livery with the blended winglets. And this is November 950 Whiskey November, or the Waffle Collectibles exclusive. This aircraft just arrived in from Orange County and be making a return flight out to New Orleans. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. Here we Sun Country Boeing 747 in the beautiful Type R livery, that Fought amazing engine models for this. I've also had this model for around 2 years now, so yeah, crazy to say. So this aircraft just arrived in from Madison, Wisconsin. We haven't featured that around the while and be heading out to Minneapolis, St. Paul. Alright, moving on to the next model here at Frontier Airlines Airbus A320neo. This aircraft is just arrived from Chicago here and making a return for out to Trenton. So that's a German Dutch Frontier Airlines A320 in the Champ de Bronco livery. And yes, once again, I really want engine models and paint models to release some more Frontier aircraft because they're in desperate need, especially in my collection. Just because all my Frontiers are just okay to mediocre. They're mediocre, just okay. So they're not really great models. So yeah. Alright, moving on to the next model. Here we have Allegiant Airlines Airbus A320-200. And this is what the Sharklets that painted models are exclusive. Another flat out amazing model. And yeah, so this Allegiant A320 has just arrived in from Pittsburgh and making a return flight out to Richmond. Alright, moving on to the next model, which is a Breeze Airlines or Embraer ERJ-195. So yeah, so this aircraft is just arriving from Akron, Canton, and making a return flight out to Hartford in Connecticut. Sorry about the hair right there. Moving on to the next model, here we have JetBlue Airlines A320-200 in the Spotlight tail. This aircraft is just arriving from Boston and making a return flight out there. So that's all the aircraft in Terminal 2. Let's move on to Terminal 3, where there's some brand new, exciting models and a couple of brand new airlines. Alright, moving on to Terminal 3, my Jacksonville Fictional Airport. And yeah, there's lots of new changes over at Terminal 3, especially in the International Airlines section. And then Delta section, not much has really changed here. So yes, let's start with the first aircraft. Here we Delta Connection Bombardier CFG-900. This aircraft is just riding in from Cincinnati, making a return flight out there, and this is a Delta Connection flight that is operated by Endeavor Air. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft here, the beautiful Angel Models Delta Airlines A321-200 with the Sharklets. And yeah, so this aircraft is just riding from Minneapolis, St. Paul, and making a return flight out there. And that flight is now permanently on the A321. That flight has been upgraded from the 747-900 all the way up to the A321. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft here, Delta Airlines Boeing 747-900ER. This aircraft just arrived in from Los Angeles and making a return flight out there. Another flat-out amazing NG model. Speaking of highly amazing NG models, let me zoom in here. Here's the beautiful NG models Delta Airlines Boeing 757-200, one of my favorite models. And man, this is a flat-out amazing model and beautiful model. This Delta 757-200 has just arrived in from Atlanta and making a return flight out there. That is a pretty typical flight for the Atlanta route, so yeah. Alright, moving on to the final Delta aircraft in this airport. They here with beautiful Delta Airlines, there's A321neo, that flat-out amazing engine models release. This aircraft is just arriving from Boston and making a return flight. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft, which is a Breeze Airbus A220-300, who has just departed from Terminal 2 for a flight out to Norfolk, and this aircraft has just arrived in from San Francisco. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft, which is this flat-out amazing Aviation 400 Virgin Atlantic Airbus A350-1000, one of my favorite models for sure in my whole collection. This aircraft is just riding from Manchester in England and be making a return flight out. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft down. Here's the beautiful Angel Swoop Boeing 747-800. This aircraft is just departed for Terminal 3 for a flight out to Winnipeg, and this aircraft arrived in earlier from Edmonton. So, pretty cool Canadian flights there. I'm glad Swoop is still flying to my Jacksonville Fictional Airport. I heard they may be continuing their flights year-round. They may not be a seasonal airline anymore, so we'll have to see if that rumor comes true. Alright, moving on to the next model here at Gemini Dutch Korean Air Boeing 777-300ER. One of my favorite models in my collection for sure, and definitely my favorite Gemini Dutch model. It's another flat-out amazing model. I just had it included in the 2-year anniversary update. So this aircraft is just riding from Seoul Incheon International Airport and making a return flight out there. And alright, so moving on to the most highly anticipated section of this video, which is the international section of my Jacksonville Fictional Airport. We have several brand new airlines, including this beautiful airline right here, which is Edelweiss. Yes, Edelweiss has started to fly Jacksonville Fictional Airport at long last. This is a low-cost Swiss airline that flies to many sun destinations across the Americas, like Orlando. I believe they fly to even Fort Lauderdale, Miami, and Cancun, those kind of places. So it's great to have them at Jacksonville Fictional Airport at long last with the A340-300. So they'll be flying to Jacksonville Fictional Airport with the A340, which is the first airline to fly the A340 to Jacksonville. So yeah, and yes, this is my first A340 in my collection, my first Edelweiss model in my collection, and yeah, it's a great Phoenix model. I highly recommend getting. This is a re-release from 2022. So yeah, so this aircraft is just arriving from Zurich and will be making a return flight out there. And alright, moving on to the next aircraft. Here's the highly beautiful Play Airlines Airbus A320. Already surprised model. That's its nickname now. Because West Coast accident sent it to me, and I did end up keeping this model. I did pay them a slight discount for this model. So yes, this is a new model in the collection. It will be staying in my collection. I don't have to send it back or anything, thankfully. So yes, I just want to save them a hassle, and I decided just to pay them for it. Instead of sending it back. So yeah. So this Play A320 has arrived from Keflavik and making a return flight out there. very shortly. So this is, I will say this is a second daily departure out to Keflavik. It's a very popular route at Jacksonville because we have Play Airlines and Iceland. They're all competing on that route. So yeah, pretty exciting there. All right, moving on to the next aircraft. Here's the highly beautiful Air Canada Boeing 747 MAX 8. This aircraft is just riding from Toronto Pearson. You'll be making a return flight out there. Yeah, another flat out amazing Gemini Jets model. So yeah, one of my favorite Gemini models for sure. And this model did also come from West Coast Diecast. And moving on to the final model in this airport, they hear the Flight Airlines Boeing 747-800. This aircraft is just riding from Kitchener-Waterloo and making a return flight to a pretty unique Canadian destination. So yes, this is the 61st model in this airport day, and this will be the final model in this airport day. So yeah, now let's proceed on to the conclusion of this video. Alright folks, so that's the conclusion of this airport day in my Jacksonville Fictional Airport. This was the 21st airport day, and this was for August of 2022, or the 2-year anniversary update. And yes, what a jam-packed airport day this was. And it's crazy to say how many miles are in this update, and the crazy to say that I had 9 new miles on the airport day. So this was a jam-packed airport day. This is definitely my largest Jacksonville Fictional Airport day ever. Yeah, it's just crazy to say how far Jacksonville's come since the first days of me doing this airport day. I just remember the days when I barely had any aircraft to do it, and now we're already at capacity. So yes, Jacksonville will be expanding in the future, and I do have lots of plans for Jacksonville. So yes, eventually I do plan on making an extension piece of Jacksonville with the layover layouts mat. My plan is I was going to DM Chris over our layover layouts, and we're going to make a little expansion of Jacksonville over here with a new table. Yeah, and my plan is to either to make a Southwest only terminal, or make a new international terminal so we can move some miles out of over here, so we can have some more gate capacity for certain airlines. So yeah, but my plan is I really want to move Southwest to a new terminal so we can have the low cost airlines expand more like JetBlue, Breeze. That's kind of my plan. Maybe more Legion gates and Frontier gates, because I know in the future we'll be getting more Frontier models. And it's kind of weird them having only one gate and they have to share with Spirit. So yes, I'll just plan on the future. So we'll have to see. I also want to get a hangar at this airport so we can have a little maintenance space for Southwest. That'd be pretty cool, right? And then have a little cargo ramp as well. So I have a lot of plans for Jacksonville. And yes, I don't really have a set timeline or date to make the extension piece for this airport. So let's stay tuned to my social medias for that. So yes, and in case you didn't know, I do have an Instagram account, which is JT_pilot_YT. And that's where I provide updates for his YouTube channel. I have all sorts of great posts on there. We have outdoor model posts for the newest releases. We have airport posts. So if you want to see that, I'm going to check my Instagram account, which the link for that is in the description below. So yes, I wanted to mention that because I know a lot of you didn't have an Instagram account. So there you go. So I know a lot of you want to see updates of my YouTube channel. So there you go. Yeah, that said weird. So sorry about that. Anyway, so another thing is I'll be starting my junior year of high school very soon. So yes, so 2 weeks from tomorrow, the day I'm making this video, I'll be starting my junior year of high school, which is crazy to say. But we only have 2 years left of high school. Then I'll be proceeding on to my my path to becoming an airline pilot. So yes, that's crazy to say. So I want to make my 2 last years of high school worth it. Just because my first 2 years weren't really the best. I mean, last year was fine, but it's just a whole pandemic really threw things off, and I really want to get back on track. So yes, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to continue my high school adventures. So it'll be fun. Yeah. So YouTube wise, so my plan is in September we will have a little bit less days than August, but there'll still be a lot more days than there were last year around this time. Because once we got into September and October last year, there's barely any videos. So yes, there'll be videos this year. And I do intend on keeping Jacksonville monthly, so there'll be a monthly update for Jacksonville. But for Norfolk and Southwest Southfield, so the updates for those will be every other month. So just so I can save on time, and those updates can be more unique. So yes, in case you didn't know that, there you go. So I just told you guys now again. So yeah, I believe that I mentioned in the last Southwest Southfield update, but yes, because I don't want those updates are becoming a little bit more repetitive, and I just want to make those updates the most unique and the best ability as I can. So yes, random report updates shouldn't be impacted that much. There may only be one per month instead of 2. For now, it's looking like we'll have 2 random airport dates in September. I do intend on pre-recording some of them for y'all, so we'll have to see. And yes, there's lots more content that'll be coming in September. So if you want to see that, there will be a roadmap/calendar for my September content schedule, which will go live on my Instagram account on September 1st at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yes, there'll be a calendar for September for all my content. It won't be as jam-packed as the last couple months, but there will be a calendar, so just stay tuned for that. So So then content-wise on YouTube for the next week or so, we'll be having another random airport day on Friday, which will be a quite special one to me, and I'm very excited to present it all to you. Yeah, it is a small airport, but it's somewhat special to me, and yes, there will be a special guest on there, so hopefully the guest will be the special guest, and yeah, it's one of my best friends from Instagram, so there you go. That will be a fun airport update when it goes live at Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is the set time for that video. So, yeah. And then the next thing is I'll be having a collection video, which will premiere this Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, it'll be the full collection video, my 140 by 120 collection. I'm extremely excited to make that video, and that will be the next video I'll be making. So, yes, that random report day is already pre-recorded, so that's already done. But the collection will be my next video I'll be making. I'm extremely excited to make it, so. Yes, it'll be around 180 miles, and you can see my whole collection, because I know a lot of you have forgotten which models I have in my collection. I know a lot of you have been worrying, especially for the whole subscriber route thing, so. Yeah, so sorry about there not being any subscriber routes in this airport day, just because this airport date's filmed on a little time crunch, just because I've been really busy recently. I haven't got the chance to look at the routes for this update. And yes, I just want to make this video go a little bit more faster as well, and because I know a lot of you have been complaining about my videos being too long, so yeah, there you go. I was trying to make it as faster as possible, but still having great content though, so yeah. And yeah, because I don't want to make my videos too fast, and there's poor quality, so I just want to make my videos to the best quality as I can. So yes, I like all your guys' feedback as well, so I do accept your feedback. So yeah, and I'm trying to think of anything else I wanted to say. And then this week, you should have the new Gemini just releases. I want the beta to be this Thursday if I had a guess. But if not this week, it'll be definitely next week. So the Gemini September releases, I want the beta to be really good because the September release last year was good. And the August release from last year was good as well. So, because this year we really didn't have an August release. So, yeah, I want the beta to probably be some sort of American model, some sort of Southwest model, couple interactive models, and probably the United Simplified Free is my guess, and definitely an Emirates model. But those are my predictions for Gemini September, because I know many of you have been wondering about that as well. So, yeah. Yeah, there's not much else I really want to say. And yes, future is bright for this YouTube channel. And yes, I do have lots of great plans ahead. And so I'm JT Pilot, and I'd like to thank y'all so much for watching this video, and have a wonderful day. And bye.